Bran. So this is a new video. It is Wednesday, January 16th, 17th, I think 18th. I'm getting ready to go to the gym with my sister. We were gonna try a spinning class. We're not 100% sure about that, but either way, we're gonna work out. I'll let you guys know afterwards what we end up doing. Sorry about the lighting. It's dark and I have my car light on to give you guys some light. But yeah, so my new journey, I had already lost 20 pounds before the new year, but I want to lose another 40. So I'm trying to keep it going. There's an Arby's right across the street though. I'm not going to tell you I really want a Jamocha shake and a chicken tender, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to see what I end up doing after though, because I am hungry and I'm supposed to be getting my daughter a wrap. So I'll let you guys know after how it goes. See you in a minute. Thank you. Hey, it's Bran. I was aiming for 2 videos a week. Technically, this could be 2 videos in a week if I could get this uploaded today. But I tried, you guys. I did. It's been a busy week because my daughter had finals and stuff. If you hear some bamming, maintenance is doing something to my neighbor's place. But I wanted to get on here to complete this video because you'll see a clip of me was going to work out with my sister the other day, which that was now 2 days ago because that was Wednesday. Today's Friday the 20th. So we ended up doing the treadmill and then doing like some circuits of like arms and legs and stuff like that. It was a good workout. Afterwards I was hungry and I was like, okay, what should I eat that's not gonna like ruin my workout? So I went and got my daughter a wrap, like I said, and then I had a coupon. What is it about when you have a coupon, you're just like, you feel like you have to use it? But anyway, I had a coupon to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, so I got a healthy smoothie, and then they have this kale apple salad thing that I got. So I got her the wrap, I ate this, drank the smoothie, and had the kale salad. So I wanted to talk about being an advocate for your children when it comes to school and everything. Because, so second semester has started for my daughter and they were switching her geometry class. Now, we all know how math is for a good majority of people. And so I was like, changing her teacher is not a good idea. Like she just barely, made it through this semester with that teacher, and he's a really good teacher. Switching is not going to be a good thing. So she's like, well, Mom, you're going to have to contact my counselor. And I'm just like, okay, I don't know how this is going to go, because I don't usually call about changing anything. I'm usually like, okay, it is what it is. But this was important. So I called instead of emailing, and I told her, I said, I'm calling instead of emailing because this is really important. So she called me right back. And she's like, well, because her math teacher, the hour that she had him, basically they took away that hour and they have him teaching a class for all the kids who are failing geometry. That's how bad it's going. There's a whole class they're creating for everyone who's failing. And she's like, well, Selena's passing it. She has a C+. Okay, that's passing, yes. But that's like a few points away, she'll be getting a D, which technically a D is passing too, but no, we don't do D's in this house. So I was just like, I have a rapport with that teacher. We email back and forth. She's gotten by, but she's getting better and she feels comfortable like going to him. So can you please find a way to get her in one of his classes? So we ended up figuring it out and she did get in another one of his classes, but I was just thinking like about all the other students who are having issues or have to switch out of his class and go to a different teacher, that other teacher's learning style could be totally, the way that they teach could be totally different. And I know everyone is not going to fit everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like the students aren't going to fit every teacher and vice versa. I get that. But when you do have a connection and you're just getting by with the teacher, it's not a good idea to switch them up, and that's just going to make it even worse. The fact that there's a whole class for all the kids who are failing says a lot too. But teachers are awesome. They have a hard job, don't get paid enough. But I just know that parents need to advocate for their children more about, if you see something changing up, because it's not always the kid. Because that's what my daughter was saying. She was like, I think probably a lot of kids' parents are like, well, you need to do more, you need to do better. But in my mind, I'm like, for it to be you need a whole class for the kids who are failing. Usually it's a small group of people who are failing, not that many where you need a whole class. So to me, there's something happening there. There's a disconnect somewhere. So speak up for your kids. Your kids. If it's them. If they just need extra help. If the teacher's teaching style is not working for your kid. Your kid best. So don't just let them get by or, be scared because they can't talk to the teacher or they aren't able to get the extra help that they need. Okay, switching on another note though. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Indecent Proposal. The movie's 94 or 5, maybe even 93. I don't know. It came out a long time ago. But I just recently watched it because it was on Hulu. And I was like, I'm going to watch this again because I didn't remember all the details. But basically, it's Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson. And I don't remember the rich guy's name, but he's the handsome older guy. And he plays the billionaire. Oh, I'll put his name up in this video because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But basically, the couple, Demi and Woody, they're love each other. They're broke. They're trying to create this life for themselves. He's really into architecture, stuff like that. They're having this house built, but then they have to put a stop to it. And they go on some trip. I don't remember how they were on the trip or how they ended up on this trip, but they go on this trip and the billionaire sees the wife and he's immediately intrigued or interested, but he sees that she's married. He's still intrigued. And so the night goes on. He invites them to stay at some special room because he had Demi play a game for him. He gave her $1 million worth of chips and she won him another $1 million. So he invites them to stay at the room, and then they're like, oh, well, he has this party at 9. So they go to the party. They have dinner with him. So later on, they're shooting pool. I'm like, spoiler alert, because I'm telling you a good bulk of the movie, but you can still go watch it if you want. But so he says, what if, he says it in a hypothetical way, if I told you I'd give you $1 million for 24 hours with your wife, what would you say? And before her husband could say anything, and the wife's like, he would say no, no. So he's like, she said something about you can't buy people, and he was like, yes, you can. And she's like, well, you're a billionaire, so it's different. And then he's like, well, what if it's not hypothetically? What if I'm offering you $1 million for a night with your wife? And they're just like, no, you're crazy. Okay, we're done with the night. They leave from him or whatever. So later on that night, they of course are discussing it. She brings it up. What if we did do, we need the money, $1 million, because they're really struggling. And the other thing is that they had played and won $25,000 and then lost it all. So that was another thing that was messed up. So they end up, doing it. They call their lawyer, make up a contract. They end up doing it. Well, of course it goes south. I won't tell you the whole ending or the whole story. Long story short, or long story longer, I don't know. I went to work and I was asking some of my coworkers and a friend of mine, like, would they do that? And one of my friends, he's Christian, he's married. He's like, absolutely not. My wife wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Absolutely not. And I'm like, $1 million? You know, I'm like, what about 5 million? You know, he's like, nope, we wouldn't do it. And some of the women that I was talking to were like, yeah, we just never talk about it, which is exactly what they said in the movie. They were like, after this happens, we'll never discuss it, which, of course, that didn't happen like that. And I was thinking to myself, like, would I do that? I'm not married, but even as a single person, if a billionaire offered me whatever amount of money, would I, not whatever, but $1 million, 5 million, would I be willing to spend 24 hours with this person for that amount of money? And I'm like, my soul is like, could you live with that? Because what's happening in that 24 hours, you know? And then I made a funny comment to my friend. I'm like, well, people have done more for free, so millions of dollars. And my daughter was like, well, I guess it's considered prostitution, but maybe it should only be prostitution if you did it multiple times. I'm like, well, that's not how it works. I don't know who made up the word prostitution. Probably a man who was paying for it, but I'm just like, I think some of y'all out there, you think that you would say no, but would you really say no? I guess that's the question I'm asking. Would you really say no? And are you saying no because you think it's morally wrong? Are you saying no because of how you feel other people would look at you? Because what if nobody knew? What if nobody knew how you got that $1 million? Could you do it then? Could you live with yourself and do it then? That's really something that I was thinking about, because I'm like, could I actually do that? Like, how would I feel? Because initially I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna take the money, you know? But I'm like, would I be spending that money and feel good about it? Or would I be thinking, what did you do for this money? Like, would that be playing in the back of my mind, you know? So just comment below what you would do. Be honest with yourselves. No. Just comment below what you think you would do. And that's all I have for this video today. I'm going to try and get one out as soon as possible after this. I'm going to edit this one right now. It is Friday night. I'm going to spend a couple hours editing. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next video.